Yeah, good evening. It's Jim from JAGfx.com. It is Tuesday, the 13th of August 2019. This is just my, pardon me, weekly video where I go over what I'm doing with all the pairs I'm trading at the moment and just show you where we're at, etc. So I'm going to try and do these videos once a week. I know sometimes I forget, like a lot of times, but I'm going to try and make an effort. So first up, we got the JAGfx Facebook group, private group. So everyone's more than welcome to join this. Just a matter of searching for it, and you'll find it in here. Just remember, in the files folder on the left. I'm not sure where it will be on a phone or anything like that, but this is a laptop. Got all these extra resources here, which include all the spreadsheets, and then I'll show you the multiple trade sheets, spreadsheets, all the Telegram links, scripts, other bits and pieces, FAQs, etc. So that's in there. Now, as you know, since let's have a look at the results. Here's my spreadsheet that I share every day. You can see it's got different pages. There's the old high probability sheet. This is the HP, which is high probability and mod MACD combined. And this is their combined results sheet. Then we've got the older, lower time frames, old mod MACD, daily charts, and pairs traded. So there's different sheets down the bottom there. So this is what I'm currently trading. I started on the 26th of June 2019. So every trade I call in the Facebook group, I call at the time live and basically post pretty well straight after I take the trade. So no fudging the figures or anything. And I add them to this spreadsheet and update the spreadsheet accordingly. Now, just if you've never seen the spreadsheet before, it's pretty straightforward. HP/MM is either mod MACD or high probability. If the trade's completed in blue, that means it's been a winner. If it's completed in this ugly looking reddy orange color, it means it's been a loser. If you see this yellow, it means there's been a partial close and I'm still got to close out. This MA red normally means it's a high risk trade going against a trend, etc. So you can see if it's all white still here, hasn't been closed out. I've got yellow there. So we've done a few trades. Well, I've done a few trades. There's been blocks of losers there, as you can see, all that crappy red, which I hate to see. Big blocks there. Most of them are the MM trades. They're more like in little insurance policies. So basically waiting for trends to happen. As we move down the page, you can see as I say, 26th of June, we're now in 13th of August, so what's that, 1.5 months roughly, and we're at 133 trades, so it's not too bad going. Today's 2 new trades there, so they're in there. They're the ones I called in the Facebook group and the Telegram group. So we go across here. I just try and collate the results so I can see which pairs. You can see all the pairs I'm trading. There's 30 pairs in total. Some haven't actually started trading yet. And you can see the total pips, which is not really much of an indication, but the profit and loss in dollars. Now all these pips are based on a base lot of 0.02, so I'm only trading super small and starting to make some good headway on this. As you can see, so far today, 2,759 pips, which sounds like a lot, but it's not a really accurate reflection on trading. I don't think the pip total, but I just like to put it in there. And $626.89 in profit, closed profit to date, which is not bad considering it's only 0.02 and it's only been going a month and a half or so, or a month and 3/4. So it's not too bad. So let's skip over to the charts. Maybe. Here we go. This is going to be a pain. Last week it jammed up on me in the video, and what's it doing this week? Exactly the same thing. Not sure why. All right, looks like they're up and running now. So these are all in alphabetical order. These are all the pairs I'm trading. This is just a profile. If it's extended like they are here, then that means I've got an open trade. If they're indented like this, like that, it means there's no open trade on them. So my first one's actually the pound yen. Pounds on the move, just as we record this video, looks like to the upside. You'll see notes on my chart. If you see a grey vertical line, just means a bit of an early warning sign. Here I've got a blue dot on the MACD platinum below the 0 level. As you can see, I've got a combination of the high probability template and a portion of the mod MACD template with this fast MACD, which is 6-12-1. So if I was, my theory is now I'm using the mod MACD as an insurance policy while I try and make my money on the high probability trades. So in this case, for example, there's been lots of bullish divergence, and it would have been losing trades, losing trade, losing trade sort of thing. But in the meantime, I would have been in a bearish mod MACD trade at this red dot level, so up here somewhere, and it would have kept me in that trend all the way down, which takes some of the heat off the high probability trades. That's the plan anyway. There's no trades on the pound yen. All right, USD CAD. As you can see, it's a bit more messier. You can just pause these videos or slow them down if you want to read my notes, but generally I start at the top and work my way down. It's chronological order from the left to the right. So you can see the blue line is the mod MACD buy at that level, nil stoppage yet, higher risk trade, blah, blah, blah. You can read all my notes. Then I've closed half of that trade already, and then I've followed this last few days with a high probability sell. You got my level there. So blue represents buy trades, red represents sell trades. You can see I've got hidden bearish divergence, always drawn these trend lines. Red trend lines represents bearish, and you'll see the lime green ones will represent bullish. And down here I just have the pips to date if there's been any closed trades on the particular pair. So looking all right, can't. So basically gone up, closed half. Now I'm going to sell, and it's been a bit of movement today, as you can see on the USD pairs, I believe. Aussie CAD, you can read my notes. High probability sell, closed half. It's that first red line. Mod MACD sell, closed half of that too. So that's through that 0 level there. And took a high probability buy here. You can see my notes. Hidden bearish divergence, which is the red ones, and here's the green one, followed by regular bullish divergence. So when I've got two trades like this, the two sell trades, I'm pretty confident taking the next buy trade because basically I'm fully hedged at the moment on this. So I'm in a buy for 0.02, and my sells are both now at 0.01. So there's two sells at 0.01 and a buy at 0.02. So I'm just locking in profit, but I look to try and profit from all trades. So that's Oz CAD. Euro New Zealand, this is another one that's going pretty well for me. Again, you can read my notes. There's a high probability, there's 3 buys. So this is, I think I explained this in last week's video. So my initial buy was on this where the crosshair is. So I took a buy there. Now you got 3 options when you trade, take any trade. For me anyway, you can either go traditional way where you place a stop below the lows, take your trade. If it goes against you like this one did and stops you out, so be it. That's one option. That's a safe, conservative, probably a lot of people would say the smart way, not necessarily what I agree with, but just the way. Second option is take that buy. You don't have a stop in place. You get a sell on this red dot here. It's not a valid sell signal, but it's still a sell signal as per, it's a red QMP filter dot. So I take the sell for the same position size. So that was open. That buy was 0.02. That sell, hedge sell was 0.02. Then I took this third buy, and that was for, so second buy, that was for 0.06. That way I can then just go to my spreadsheet, multi-trade spreadsheet, punch the figures in. It gives me a break even or tells me if I'm hedged, etc. This sheet's actually available in the files folder of the Facebook group, so anyone can have it, but that just helps with my maths. So it gets to the stage where this shot up nicely, so I could then close out my original buy trade, my hedge sell trade, then 0.04 of that second buy trade. Then I follow that up with a closed another 0.1. I've got a stop and play. So that's worked out pretty well. I just call that a 1, 2, 3 sort of setup, which is pretty common. In the meantime, there's also a Mod MACD buy at this level in here. So we're looking good here. I think I've closed half of that also. And today I took a sell trade on this. MAs are starting to turn up, but like I said before, I'm happy to take a sell trade on this because I've got 2 buy trades in. I'm fully hedged. Also, so you can see I'm currently hedged. Even though there's no divergence as such, it's super overextended. That's a big move up on the daily chart. It's stalling out here. The MACD is a long way above the 0 level. That should roll over. And you can see my pips to date. So the Euro New Zealand is actually doing well for me. So hopefully all that makes sense. But as I said, you can just pause the video and go back and have a look at it. Right, CAD Swiss. We took a sell, HP, close, stop and place. I took a buy. I've taken a HP buy, so that's completely independent of that sell. Then I've taken a hedge sell, which is this one here. In the meantime, I've taken a Mod MACD sell also. And I've closed half of that. Now, pips to date, you can see that. Started off with hidden bullish divergence on that buy, that HP. Don't worry about that sell. That's completely independent. That's gone nicely down in my favour. That stop and place, that red dotted line there, you can't start to see. That yellow dotted dashed line is my overall break even for all trades. So to the downside, so that's fine as long as it's below that. So at the moment we've got a HP buying here, HP hedge sell. I've drawn a grey dotted line, possibly a new buy signal tomorrow morning. If that's confirmed, then I'll take a second buy trade at 0.06 and try and work that up. So it's all a little bit tricky, but I know it looks a little bit confusing, but it's not when you sort of sit down and just think about it and nut it out. All right, here's the pound Aussie. Caused me a little bit of grief on the Mod MACD. As you can see by the way the cluster of dots there on the 0 level. Now remember these dots is just a visual aid. So I can't give you this indicator. It's a third-party indicator from Jennifer at Simply Combo at the buy. You don't really need it. It just saves me pulling up my data folder and having a look, see where the cross actually took place. This just more of a visual aid. So I'm in a HP sell, which is actually at this red line here, which looks pretty good. I took a buy, Mod MACD buy this morning, and that's already reversed against me. So I was in a sell from that yesterday, then I took a buy, and now I'm a sell. So it's eating away to my pips because I was doing all right. But this, you don't really see a cluster of 3 here, sort of a few in there. Generally, it'll break one way or the other. You won't end up with too many clusters like this on this sort of pair, this pound Aussie. So I've just got to put up with a little bit of pain. As I said, the Mod MACD is more of an insurance trade. I'm trying to make my money on the high probability trades. So even though this went against me initially, the high probability trade looks the better option. This may reverse tomorrow with the Mod MACD, and between the two of them, bring this down, the MACD platinum down to the 0 level. I'll hopefully recover some pips. New Zealand CAD, what am I in here? Again, this is one of those ones I took the initial sell, I think, in here, then took a hedge buy and took a second sell at 0.06 at this level. Already closed out that initial sell, the hedge buy, got closed 0.04, that second one, and got a stop and place below the entry level. And I've taken up a Mod MACD sell too, with 300 pips up, blue dot on the, so now blue dot the MACD platinum, looking for buy signals, hence the grey vertical line there. In the meantime, the sell trades are looking pretty good, even closed half the Mod MACD, so looking good in the New Zealand CAD. Aussie yen, I'll start to look all right. Took a sell back here, which is you can read my notes as I said, closed half, stop and place just above the entry level. This was followed by a mod MACD sell, closed half of that too. And again, I've got two 0.01 sells on, so happy to take this buy trade, even though it's against the trend. There isn't really divergence there as such, because now I'm currently hedged, and this is MACD's a long way below the zero level. And as you can see, it went against me initially, but now starting to show some promise to the upside. So life's pretty good on the Oz Yen, Euro CAD. What are we doing? We had a buy here, the mod MACD, not looking that good at the moment. Took a sell, high probability. So we're locked in a little bit of a loss there. Got hidden bearish divergence. As you can see by that red line. Always modifying these lines each day. Every time I see a potential setup, remember you've still got to wait for confirmation, but that's just the way it is. So this is high probability trades looking pretty good at the moment. The mod MACD is looking a little bit ugly, but you know the price could roll over. I could profit on that Euro CAD sell trade, on the HP trade, and for whatever reason I might get out of that. But this thing the fast MACD may come down and not even cross that line and head back up again. So I'll still be in that. So could work both ways. New Zealand USD. This is another one. I took the sell here, the buy there. So original sell, hedge buy, second sell, went down nicely. It was a 0.6 sell, closed 4, closed number 1. Don't know why I haven't mentioned where my stop is. I should write that in somewhere. Oh, it's still at 66792, that's why. My overall break-even level is that yellow dashed line, made a few pips on it. Took a mod MACD sell at this level here. It's gone nicely. I think I've closed half of that too. Blue dot, long way below the zero level. Now looking to go to the upside. So life's pretty good on New Zealand USD. Switch over to Aussie Swiss. Another one's going all right. I had a sell HP, followed by a mod MACD sell here, gone down nicely. I've closed out half on the HP, closed out half on the mod MACD. It's a common scenario, as you can see. Again, trend is down, no real divergence to speak of. Took a buy there because I'm hedged, and it went against me, and now it's getting up close to the entry level, and I've made a few pips today. So it's a pretty common theme. Euro Swiss sell, so it's a mod MACD sell on this one. HP buy there, it's gone against me. I've taken a HP hedge sell there, you can see. And you can see I wrote here that initial buy, the trend was down, there's bullish regular bullish divergence. So we've got big regular bullish divergence across here, and we had it across there. And you can see the red lines, they represent the hidden bearish divergence, which help with that sell. But now we're looking at divergence. So you can see we've got the buy below the zero level. The sell was below the zero level. I'm looking for a second buy now below that zero level. It's starting to turn up a little bit at the moment. Overall break evens, this yellow dashed line. Overall break even, that small profit locked in, yeah. So it's going all right. It's not the end of it. It's not terrible. And remember too, with regular divergence, which is this one here, which you got on this one, the bullish regular divergence, lower lows on price. So you can see prices going down, but the oscillator or the MACD Platinum's going up. So higher lows. Generally, that's a higher risk type divergence because you are looking for a trend reversal most times. So it may take a few goes to get it. But whereas hidden divergence is normally with the trend, so you can see the difference. Lower highs, we're on the different side, remember, and higher highs on the MACD Platinum. So it's generally with the trend heading down. So I'm quite comfortable taking them, and it's just trend continuation, which was happened there. This is Swiss franc, Japanese yen. It hasn't got the mod MACD. it's just a dog of a pair to trade on using that system. So I'm just going to try and high probability myself out of it. At the moment, it's doing nothing. It's just basically going sideways. I'm down a few pips. They were from a lot of losses, small losses on the Mod MACD. So I'm just going to leave that pair there and just see if I can just trade the the high probability method on it and try and recover some of those pips. Just jump the gun a bit there. Here we go, Euro Yen, lots happening here. What have we got? We've got a HP sell. You can read my notes. That's an independent trade. That's its stop there. Then I've taken a sell, which is a Mod MACD sell. Probably should have closed half that out by now. I might do that tomorrow because it's getting a bit ugly. Then I've taken a, yeah, righto. So we're in a sequence of platform, get these little bubbles pop up. So I took a HP buy in here. This is the second sequence. Ignore that first one. So I took a buy followed by a hedge sell. If I get rid of this little box here, I'll just try and switch, just pause the video a bit and see if I can get rid of that. Ah, there we go. So took a buy in here, took a hedge sell, then took a second buy here. This yellow dashed line, I believe, hang on, yeah, second HP trades break even at 119,677. So that's the overall break even for just the 3 trades in here. You can see the buy below the zero, hedge sell below the zero, followed by, yeah, that buy below the zero. So looking to push this up a bit, and it's doing, and it looks like it's doing what it should do today. Should be doing right now, which is good. Japanese yen, USD Japanese yen, took a sell. What have we got? Second sell. Yeah. So I'm in the Mod MACD and a high probability on the same. This was a sell, buy, sell. Already closed 0.04, and I'm in a Mod MACD. Today it's bounced up in the last couple of hours. I might look at closing some of that profit out. I've got to stop in place with a high probability, so no problems there. But the Mod MACD is probably looking a little bit ugly. If I get a blue dot on this, which I think I will in the morning, see how I've drawn this green lines in, green trend lines. It's not there yet, but it's I'm starting. I always draw these, updating these every day, just so I know if it's potential divergence setting up. So it just gives me a heads up, saves me checking the charts every day and redrawing them. All right, we'll get across the euro eventually. A little bit ugly. You can read my notes. HP buy, hedge sell. So this started off we got a buy, hedge sell, and we took a second buy, followed by a Mod MACD buy. So we're a little bit down on this. We've got 2 yellow dashed lines. One's the overall break even and one's the HP trades only break even. We're 179 pips up, so it's not the end of the world. I really need this to push up and go through those yellow lines up there to make it a viable sort of strategy. If not, the Mod MACD may roll over down here, where I just reverse that buy trade, which is in here somewhere there. And that'll help me with my like, I'm not a big fan of trading the Euro USD, and if you've been with me for a while, you know I sort of and ahh about it. You know, look, it just yeah, look, that's good high probability trade. No worries there, trading high probability charts. It's really easy. But the Mod MACD, you know, in this area on the left here, look at that cluster. You know, it's just you're not getting much of a. There's not much of a trend. Technically, it's a downtrend, but there's a lot of retracement, and you've got higher highs. And yeah, it's not pretty. 3/4 of the planet trade it, so it's just tough going sometimes. All right, here's the Aussie New Zealand. Let's have a look what we're doing here. Just change this trend line while we're here. Nearly a double top, still technically divergence, possibly, but again, wait for confirmation. So we're at a HP buy here. It went against me pretty ugly. Never got a chance to get a hedge in, but it popped up nicely. It went through the zero level on the MACD Platinum, so I closed half and put a stop in place just above my point of entry. It can go to the moon now for all I'm concerned. Here's my mod MACD buy trade, and it's in profit too, so a few pips down, but we should be right. Pull out of that. Euro pound, you can read my notes, down about 38 pips, but well and truly above that now. I closed all my trades. HP buy followed by a mod MACD buy. They've gone up nicely. I think I've closed half on both. Yep, and stops are in place on one. Overall break even's that yellow line there, so it's all good. Again, grey vertical line is a red MACD Platinum dot there. That's been going up, helter-skelter in price, as we know, all the pound pairs. The MACD, not so aggressive. So you can see it's an obvious up and probably a double top on the MACD Platinum. Euro Aussie, made a few pips here, 811, which is a good big chunk of my pips. We're in a couple of good trades here, as you can read. There was a second buy, so I took an initial buy there. Sorry, initial buy there, hedge sell there, second buy there. Went against me a long way. Actually, no. I think I took initial buy here. That's right. Then I drew a trend line across here. Broke the trend line, took a second buy trade, which is at 0.06. And that shot up nicely. So that got, and I closed out 0.05 of that so far. Got a stop in place, that red dotted line, and I took a mod MACD trade there, and and again, it's not, even though the trend's technically probably up, there's no divergence, but I've got enough cover on the buy side to take a sell when the MACD Platinum's so high above there, and as you can see, it went against me, and now coming down nicely. So Aussie USD, sell, that's another one, sell, initial in there, hedge buy, second sell, same. It sounds monotonous, it is, that's just bang, bang. That's the way I like to trade. A lot of times that happens, but as you know, with my older high probability charts, if you make mistakes, you can dig yourself in a real hole. So that's why I'm trying to use the mod MACD to try and help with the trading. So it's gone down nicely. Again, we've got a downtrend, probably no real great divergence to speak of, but I've got two sell trades, nice profit locked in. So it's no real risk taking that buy trade. And as you see, it went against me and it's starting to go in my favour now. MACD's a long way below the zero level. Remember, this MACD meanders around the zero level. So when it's super extended down low, it's eventually going to come back up. That's the plan anyway. The theory. Pound CAD, not much happening here. This is one I'm in trouble with in the old high probability charts. I started to take buys, hedge, buy, hedge, buy, hedge, buy, hedge, buy, hedge. It's just, big price has gone down, MACD's going up. Eventually this thing will eventually turn and head up, but in the meantime go through a hell of a load of pain. Hence why I looked at trying to bring something else in, and that is why if you'd got and used the mod MACD, I could have been in up here somewhere on a sell and technically still in that sell trade. But what I would have done once I got myself in the poo, I would have started to look like to close out and try and look for a profit and run the combination of trades down. But that's my reasoning behind using the mod MACD as a like an insurance policy. Now my crosshair's jammed up. So now we look at the CAD yen. Again, we took a buy. Read my notes. Took a hedge sell, which is that one. In the meantime, I took a mod MACD sell in between there. And today price has shot up. Had this blue dot under here. So looking for a second buy. So we had a buy underneath, hedge sell underneath, and now we're looking for a second buy underneath. Probably should have closed half of my mod MACD when I got that blue dot there. It's probably not enough pips, that's probably why. and that's my overall break even. So I'm still overall break even, down a few pips on this one. So hopefully we'll get this buy trade signal tomorrow with this nice little up candle, and I'll get a good entry and then work my way back up to the upside, and hopefully don't get too much grief with this Mod MACD. Mod MACD's up. That's my entry level for the Mod MACD, so that's not too bad. Still a fair way. All good. Pound Swiss, if we go to it. A bit like the pound CAD, not much happening here. This is one I'm in trouble with also. Buy, sell, buy, hedge, sell, buy, hedge, sell, buy, hedge, sell. And as you can see, price is going down. Mod MACD hasn't gone down as far, but with the MACD Platinum hasn't gone down as far, but with the Mod MACD I would have been in back here somewhere and helping reduce the pain, because you'd still be in. Long trend down. New Zealand Swiss franc, sell, close half. So yeah, looking good. Got a few pips there. Again, very common, looking for potential buy now. No real divergence as such. Trend is heading down, but because I've locked in good profit to the downside, it's worth the risk taken to the buy, especially when the MACD is so far on the other side of the zero level. Common theme. New Zealand Swiss franc, not doing me too many favours, down quite a few pips on this one. I think that was mainly due to a lot of crap around this Mod MACD trades, and I wasn't taking any HP trades because I'm in, or was in, old HP trades. Let's have a look. So I'm in a Mod MACD sell there, and it's even going against me. Well. So yeah, I'll eventually get back on the groove with this. You can see it has some nice little good moves on the Mod MACD, so it's just a bit of a nightmare through there. I'll recover those pips. I'm pretty confident. All right, pound New Zealand, HP sell here. Didn't go very well. You can see hidden bearish divergence. You can see it marked in the chart. Down 3 pips. And not much happening here. It started off, no, it went against me. Hopefully it'll drop down. Who knows? Pound USD. This one's a little bit all over the place. We've got lots of trades going. Got a MM sell back here, which is still open with half, I think. Yep, and a HP sell on that same line. So I took our MM and HP on the same date. That's the HP sell stop loss, that red dotted line. And I've taken a buy, hedge sell, second buy, second hedge sell. So I've got 2 sell trades up here, then a buy sequence, which is not going very well. So you can see buy, hedge. Now I've got a grey vertical line looking for a third buy, and that will be for 0.10. Overall break-even's down a fair way below all that, but it's not really the concern because I'll try and work my way out of, if the market drops off a cliff, then it'll go down to my break-even. If it goes up, I'll take another position and go to the upside. So it gives me a couple of options, that's all, and we're a few pips up, so it's not a bad pair to trade. New Zealand yen, same deal, sell, that was the second sell, so it was a sell there, hedge buy, second sell, went down nicely. As soon as it goes through the zero level, start looking at closing out half, 0.04 and close another 0.01. I'm still in a MM sell full position. I'll probably close half of that out tomorrow. It's getting pretty extended. Made a few pips. Look for a buy. No problems taking a buy on that trade. Again, no divergence against the trend, but it'll be hedged. Gold, very ugly. I'm in problem trades with my old high probability. I did miss an opportunity with both gold and silver to get out at break even. That was just my mistake. Now I've put myself in a position where I've got to work my way out. But again, one of the reasons I'm looking for the Mod MACD, because I would have been in a buy back here and ridden all that up, all the way up there. It still stayed above that zero level all the way along, and still is. But again, draw my trend lines in, looking for divergence. As you can see, price is going up. MACD is not getting much higher. It looks like it's rolling over. There's going to be more divergence there. And silver, I can probably say the same when it comes up. Drawing the lines in. Look at this candle, Jesus. You know, mod MACD buy from here. And I've ridden that up, closed half. It's given me a few pips because I did have a loser initially on that sell. And again, yeah, you can see the MAs are spreading. All right, guys, hopefully that video's worked out all right. I'm going to double check it all. Thanks for watching. They're not the most exciting videos, and they go drag on a bit, but they do give you an idea where we're at and how I'm looking at things and how I mark the charts up. So to all the new subscribers, thanks very much, whether it be YouTube or through the Facebook group or the Telegram group. You're more than welcome to join any of those groups. I appreciate the interaction I have sometimes. No, all the time. So thanks for watching. If you do like these videos, please either subscribe or just hit the like button. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you. Cheers.